How many jobs will this bill create, will this resolution create? Do you know? Yeah, I do. None. It'll probably cost the state jobs. But thank you. Thank you. It's been mentioned over the past several years, and it was brought up a lot last night and throughout the opening comments today, that this is the will of the people, that this resolution be brought up to a vote. And that will of the people was determined by the vote on the retention of our Supreme Court justices. Now, at the high end of that vote, there was slightly over 539,000 votes cast not to retain. And there are a little over 3 million people in the state of Iowa. So you have invoked the will of the people based on the opinion of less than 18% of the people of Iowa. I think a more reliable indicator of where the people of Iowa are would be in a 2010 KCCI poll, where 53% of all those Iowans polled were in favor of same-sex marriages. But ladies and gentlemen of the House, Representative Alons and others would have us start the ball rolling to deny 8 to 10% of the people of Iowa the fundamental right to marry the people that they love. We are about to tell my wife's band teacher that even though he was good enough to fight for our country, even though he was good enough to teach high school for 20 years, even though he was good enough to pay taxes, he's not good enough to marry the person he's loved for over 8 years. We're about to tell my flower girl that we would love her to stay in Iowa. We would love for her to find a job and achieve the American dream right here in this great state. Unless, of course, that dream is to marry her soulmate. You see, Representative Alons, Mr. Carroll, and others would have us believe that they just really want people to have a say in the matter of who they can and who they cannot marry. Let me let you in on a little secret, though. Representative Alons, Mr. Carroll, they don't really care about what Iowans want. They just don't want gays to marry. You see, what these people are counting on is that in the past decade, 31 states have put to a vote the question of whether or not gay people should marry. 31 states have put those minority rights up to a vote. And in all 31 cases, the minority rights issue has gone down to defeat. In general, when you ask for a majority rules vote on minority rights, you get results just like you've seen on the gay marriage issue. 31 out of 31 times, 31 out of 31 states, voters voted it down. But here's the thing about rights. They're not actually supposed to be voted on. That's why we call them rights. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. No state shall deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of its laws. Even if lots of people in that state want to. It's not up for a vote. Rights are part of the deal when you're American. That's why the 14th Amendment, the Equal Protection Clause, is in the Constitution. Rights are not supposed to be put up for a vote. They're not a popularity contest. They're supposed to be subject to a test of the constitutionality. That's why there are courts. That is why we have judges. They're here not just to put people on trial, but to try the things that we as legislators say that we want as our laws. That's not activism. That's been their job for over 200 years. They try those things against the Constitution. And the Constitution restricts the things that we can make laws about. And those laws don't infringe on our constitutionally protected rights. Rights we all have. The fundamental right for two consenting adults to fall in love and get married. Whether that couple is me and my wife, Representative Lons and his wife, or my wife's band teacher, or my flower girl, or my senator. These rights cannot and should not be denied. That's sort of the big idea in this country. That's the sort of big idea that is our country and our state. America, come from the religious liberty, stay for the ironclad constitutional rights. Those guarantees of all your rights. If we were to make this resolution a part of the Iowa Constitution, we would in fact be saying that the 14th Amendment does not apply to all people. We would be saying that opposite-sex couples are superior to same-sex couples, and that just isn't right, nor is it constitutional. Representative Lons, we should not have more rights than a black person. We should not have more rights than women, and we certainly should not have more rights than a gay person. This isn't a liberal or conservative battle. These aren't conservative or liberal issues. This is an issue of human rights, of human decency, of human values, liberty, and the equal treatment of the American citizens and the American dream. So it's time to stand up for the Constitution and celebrate the rights given to all Americans. It's time to stand up and say that the Iowa Constitution will remain a living, breathing document that guarantees rights to all citizens, not just to some. It's time to vote no on House Resolution 6. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.